Dear colleagues, in today's informative video presentation, we will be taking the time to thoroughly discuss and examine a fascinating case of ectromelia, which is more specifically a type of limb abnormality known as transverse hemimelia. Ectromelia refers to the total or partial absence of one or more limbs, or part of a limb. The defects can affect either the transverse or the longitudinal plane and can therefore be classified as transverse ectromelia, which includes amelia, phocomelia, and the transverse hemimelia that we will discuss today, or as longitudinal ectromelia, which includes medial or lateral longitudinal hemimelia. From an etiological point of view, ectromelia in general can be caused by multiple factors, both genetic, such as genetic syndromes like Holt-Oram, and non-genetic, such as medications, radiation, cocaine, infections like chickenpox, and many others. During the ultrasound examination, it is important to rule out defects in other anatomical regions by exploring the fetal head, particularly the profile, in order to identify any possible micrognathia, since the association of upper limb defects could, for example, suggest Naegger syndrome. Or the study of the fetal heart to search for defects in the interatrial and interventricular septa in the case of Orterham syndrome. And also the study of the lens, which is often affected in varicella infections, causing cataracts, as well as, of course, carefully and thoroughly examining all of the other important fetal skeletal structures that are present, making sure to observe each one in detail. In hemimelia, therefore, there is a total or partial absence of the terminal structures of a limb. The defect can be transverse, as in today's case, affecting the entire distal component of a limb, which is missing, or it can be longitudinal, where one of the two bony rays of the forearm or leg is absent. As you can clearly and carefully observe from the video here, the terminal component of the fetus's upper limb is absent except for a small apophyseal remnant of the forearm. You can just make out the radial apophysis and a hint of the olecranon. Transverse hemimelia affects about 1 in 20,000 births and is more prevalent in the upper limbs. Like all ectromelias, it can be associated with genetic alterations, but more often, as is very likely in the case under study, it is due to vascular causes, sometimes thrombotic, that prevent proper blood flow necessary for the adequate development of the limb. It is distinguished from peromelia, where the defect is caused by so-called amniotic bands, that is, strands of damaged amniotic sac tissue that can attach to and compress parts of the fetal body. The mobility of the fetus, together with the absence of additional ultrasound findings such as gastroschisis, omphalocele, or other defects resulting from compression and cutting of fetal parts, should rule out this possibility. At the end of the ultrasound examination, it is advisable for the couple to undergo genetic counseling for any subsequent diagnostic procedures. Thank you for your attention.